Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, February 6th. Well, messy situation coming to the I-95 corridor region for early tomorrow from D.C. to Philadelphia to New York City. Looks like there could be several hours of an icy situation in the D.C. metro region. Maybe a few hours of snow in Philadelphia and New York City where an inch or two can accumulate before it changes to a wintry mix and then ultimately to rain. All three metro regions will see plain rain during the afternoon hours. High temperatures well above freezing later in the day. Then tomorrow night, the rain winds down, perhaps freezing on some surfaces before it ends later on tomorrow night. Certainly there's the threat for some black ice late tomorrow night into early Thursday. Thursday looks like a cold, breezy, and dry day. High temperatures will probably struggle to reach the freezing mark in the I-95 corridor. Well, let's walk through the next 24 to 36 hours or so. And again, some ice and snow headed to the I-95 corridor region. We'll first start off by looking at the upper air pattern, the 500 millibar pattern. We've talked extensively over the past couple of months about typical La Nina type of situation here where waves coming across the northern branch of the jet stream tend to dominate. Very difficult, not impossible, but more difficult to get a true coastal storm coming up from the Gulf of Mexico, for example, riding up the East Coast. Those are more typical of El Nino winters. This is a La Nina winter. Here's an area to look for right now. This morning we'll push ahead in 6-hour increments, and this just basically slides from west to east, this area of upper level energy over the next 12 to 24 hours or so. Not a tremendously impressive looking upper air pattern here. This is by tomorrow night. That wave in the upper part of the atmosphere here over the eastern part of the Great Lakes. Indeed, low pressure will form at the surface, and we'll look at the surface maps in a moment. Basically slides just to the northwest of the big cities. That will allow for enough milder air to come in off the oceans to give us plain rain by the afternoon. But again, there could be a several-hour period late tonight, tomorrow morning of ice or snow depending on your location. Let's keep moving forward. This just basically slides overhead by early Thursday morning and then off the eastern seaboard during the day on Thursday. Thursday itself, a cold, breezy, and dry day. It'll be parade day here in the Philadelphia area. Well, before we take a look at the surface maps from last night's high-resolution model of the NAM computer forecast model, let's look at NOAA's prediction for the probability for 4 inches of snow from this upcoming situation. Again, these are probability amounts, red being high, green being moderate, and blue being low. All of the action to the north and west of the big cities. Again, with this surface track of the low to the west of the I-95, the immediate I-95 corridor, that will allow for enough of a southeast or easterly breeze in the low levels of the atmosphere to push in somewhat milder air from off the ocean into the immediate I-95 corridor region. Again, primarily ice is the threat here in the D.C. metro region. Up across Philadelphia and New York City, certainly can be an inch or two of snow before the changeover to the wintry mix. And then all three areas should see plain rain during the afternoon. But again, for the heaviest snow for this upcoming event, go interior sections, for example, central and northeastern part of Pennsylvania. Well, let's take a look at last night's high-resolution version of the NAM model from 06Z. We'll walk through in hourly increments. These maps available on tropicaltidbits.com. When you get close to the event time, I think it's a good idea to take a look at the higher resolution models, such as this 3-kilometer version of the NAM model. Again, we'll walk through in hourly increments, beginning right here, right around the current time, 9 a.m. on Tuesday morning. A little bit of a disturbance passing by to the north this morning. There certainly can be a snow shower in New York City metro region, especially to the north and west. That kicks on out of here by the afternoon, so clouds this morning should give way to some sunshine this afternoon. And here we go. Let's keep moving forward here. Now notice some moisture gathering itself over the south central part of the U.S. by later today, and staying with moderate cold air mass here in place in the mid-Atlantic region. High pressure parked over New England early tonight. and then that moves to the east, and all of this will allow for an easterly flow to develop in low levels of the atmosphere during the day on Tuesday. But here we go, by late tonight, towards morning, the pinks, purples here represent freezing rain or sleet, and the blue, snow. Basically north of the Mason-Dixon line, north of the Pennsylvania-Maryland border, there can be a few-hour period of all snow in the Philly metro region, New York City metro region, late tonight, tomorrow morning, especially in the northern and western suburbs of Philly and New York City, and perhaps an inch or two, maybe an outside chance of 3 inches in the northwestern suburbs of New York City, for example. Down south of the Mason-Dixon line across the D.C. metro region, ice is more of a threat than snow, and that's not good. Actually, ice is probably more threatening than snow, and that will unfortunately take place near the morning commute time. Let's keep moving forward. Here we go, some ice, especially across the northern parts of the D.C. metro region, but again, north of the Pennsylvania-Maryland border, looks like there will be a period of all snow, and again, some accumulations, an inch or two, perhaps an outside shot at 3. Let's keep moving forward here. The ice then again continues to advance to the north in the morning hours tomorrow, and even the Philly metro region will experience some icing after the initial burst of snow. Still snowing upstate Pennsylvania here, and again, they'll have several inches of snow in the higher elevations of central Pennsylvania, northeastern Pennsylvania. Let's keep moving forward here. Now we are in the early afternoon hours, and basically plain rain by this time, and here's that low pressure to the west of the immediate I-95 corridor. That will allow for some ocean air to change the precipitation to all rain for the afternoon. High temperatures late tomorrow. D.C., Philadelphia, New York City could make it all the way to 40 degrees. And then tomorrow night, the rain winds down. It could get cold enough by midnight or so for some black ice to develop, and certainly late tomorrow night into early Thursday, even after precipitation is over with, as it should be by that time. Watch out for some black ice, because temperatures will certainly drop well into the 20s late tomorrow night into early Thursday. So any rain that falls tomorrow evening could cause some icy spots late tomorrow night. And again, even while the rain is winding down later on tomorrow night, temperatures will be dropping to or even below that freezing mark. Then by the time we get into Thursday, and here we go at Thursday morning, basically high pressure will take over, and it'll be a cold day on Thursday. This is the forecast map for early Thursday morning. High pressure to the west. Northerly flow of air will push in cold air for Thursday. Temperatures will struggle to reach the freezing mark in D.C., perhaps just 30 for highs on Thursday in New York City and Philadelphia. And there'll be a bit of a breeze as well. We get milder again over the weekend. It looks like a rain event coming Saturday into Sunday time frame. So again, a messy situation developing for late tonight, tomorrow morning. Some ice for a few hours possible in the D.C. metro region. Some snow for a couple hours in Philly and New York City, where an inch or two can fall before an inch or two can accumulate before it changes over to the wintry mix. All three areas should see plain rain during the afternoon and evening hours, but then watch for some black ice possibilities and some freezing rain before it ends late tomorrow night and into the morning hours on Thursday. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.